That is one
Angry Beaver.
We are here in Charlotte, me and Trevon today, the day before the USDGC. And Winthrop's a long course, and I got some really good practice in yesterday. So we still wanted to get some reps in just so we don't stay ice cold and be bums in the house all day. After a 2-year hiatus from Charlotte, I am finally playing what I believe is the most recommended to me from Charlotte locals, Angry Beaver. Also shout out to Marvin Manilow from Connecticut. He came down here for a couple of years a while back, and he told me that Angry Beaver is the place to play. All right, so this just in, this is not hole 1, it is hole 16, but this is where the GPS took us, and looks like this is the place to start. Hole 16, Trevon Crow.
Nice.
And that's probably gonna do it. S-Line FD3, if you haven't seen my video on the Discmania channel, you should go check it out, but replace my PD actually, so new favorite. Oh yeah, love it. This is what the hard tactic is made for. Now you can see the basket on the mound there. I think that'll do it. All right, first putt of the day, so no judgment.
First putt of the day is a death putt.
Death putt. That is death, and that is a make.
You always get 2 on the first hole.
Yeah, of course. Hole 17, I believe we're going short basket to short, or short tee pad to short basket.
Undetermined whether there's a long basket in, so
yeah,
we're gonna go to the one we can see.
Exactly, ace chance. That looks pretty saucy.
Oh, straight.
Another 35 footer. Since we threw a side arm on hole 1, pulling out the midnight prowl for the super flip. Oh, super flip in the wrong direction. Trevon going backhand. What? Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Hit it.
If there were no trees, it would have been great.
Of course, the famous saying. So the USDGC this weekend, I actually flew down to Charlotte because I took down Nantucket this weekend, got my jacket in the pouring rain and wind. It was a long, hard battle. Paul Cran, Steve Brinster, Kyle Moriarty, and then it ended up being a playoff between me and Debo, which I took it down in the dark after 2 holes, throwing my glow FD3 on hole 2. And Nantucket is just one of those tournaments that I have dreamed of winning since I had first heard about the tournament, as far as like a high tier Massachusetts tournament and a high tier Massachusetts player. Felt like it was only right that I would eventually take that one down, and I'm glad that I finally did. I got my Nantucket red jacket, shout out to Todd Rainwater, and I joined the club, but I would like to show the picture of my jacket, if you didn't see on Instagram, right here, because I just can't stop looking at the picture. I've dreamed of the moment so many years, and now the moment is finally mine, and I'm a Nantucket champion. It was a good weekend.
Annie putt.
Oh, what? I was like, oh yeah.
Wow, Luigi.
All right, we just played 18. It was a nice little windy par 5, but it wasn't really good for film. It was just a couple blind shots, but we did find the parking lot where we were supposed to park, because hole 1 is right here, but the parking lot literally has a sign that says no parking. So here we are on hole 1, and we're probably just gonna stick to mostly the shorts because, like I said, Winthrop's a long course, especially a lot of long sidearms, and there's just no need. But today is mostly for putting practice, I would say. But hole 1 is pretty hornet's nest-esque. Nice tunnel, but do we know what direction we're going yet?
Looks like straight into the right.
Okay, that's my guess. Yeah. So let's do it. You want to go?
My best guess as a professional from what I'm looking at. Yellow basket.
Yeah, I think yellows are shorts. Okay. But I don't think every hole has a short basket. Oh, buddy. Nice. Decent. Ooh. All right, still rolling.
What? This is not national alert.
What's in
the system works?
Oh, it's my watch.
Yeah.
But like, you have my phone and there was something going off in my bag. Yeah. I was freaked out. All right.
Remember it said it was going to do that at like certain time on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Like every phone across the country is doing that right now.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I hope you guys participated in that and we all conversed together. So this was filmed at 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October 4th. All right. FD, hyzer flip dream. Oh, hyzer flip into the woods. Oh, yeah. Try another. CD3, back in the bag. My DD1 just got a little too flippy, and I just need this to last me a couple more events. There it is. I don't know if it's going the right direction, though.
Not now, but it's way down there.
It was fun to hit the gap. So this is actually a little bit of a weird week for me because since I prioritized Nantucket so much, and I'm glad I did, because it's just one of the premier tournaments of the year for me as far as fun and friends, and the course is amazing. John Houck design, by the way. I knew that if I played Nantucket on September 30th and the USDGC started on October 5th, then that meant that I didn't have a choice but to fly because I wouldn't make it here in time with my van. So this week I'm without my van, but that's okay because I got my caddy right here. Woo! He's my caddy for the week. And the last time that Trevon caddied for me was the final round of the Portland Open. And I shot my hot round of the weekend and my best finish of the year. So things are already looking up, but this is my 4th USDGC since 2018 is my first one. And the course changes every year. They still have 3 and 4 combined, which I really don't agree with. However, my practice run yesterday, it felt like it was pretty clean. I threw one of the farthest shots of my life on hole 12, so that's good to know. But here's Trevon's drive and a little bit of an upshot. That's gonna do it. Nice up. If you live in an area where it's wooded courses, where it gets nice and green, but at the same time you might not get that much snow, white baskets are really good for visibility compared to like yellow or green or, I mean, I don't know, anything. Silver. You know, those old chain stars and stuff. I don't know how people thought that was a good idea. You can't see or film silver baskets once the sun goes down basically at all. But I always like a nice Casey White disc catcher. Look at this guy. He's on the vlog. Oh, he's camera shy. Hole 2, wide boy tee pad. Basket straight through the woods. But multi-option. I think I'm gonna go left gap.
Start.
D-line MD, crazy hyzer flip turnover. Listen for chains. Don't hit. Yeah, okay. That didn't listen very well. Heard it hit the tree. I just didn't spin it enough to get the turnover, but I didn't hit a tree. I'd say the D-line MD worked out pretty good. But can he finish?
That's why today's all about putting.
All right. Come on, lock it down. No way, dude. This is your own vlog. Why are you nervous? Come on, MD. Ah, it was MD all day.
We gotta make sure you put your putting stats for USDGC on here after.
All right. Hole 3 looks money. Looks like a nice midnight prowl shot. Maybe it stands still. Trevon's gonna go ahead and throw his Benjamin Button entropy though.
The old Benji.
Because it got flippy and the puddle top has now made it more overstable. And I have actually found that to happen a lot with just generally like those blunt nose, soft plastic approach discs, like soft tactic. They start pretty overstable and then you hit a couple trees, they start to straighten out. But once they get that puddle top all the way around, they lose all their glide and they become more overstable. But Dan Schlitter is the one that started the Benjamin Button trend. He had a soft zone. But I think everybody needs a Benjamin Button disc in their life. And money. 6. Get up. Park job will have to do. Well, right on the money. Oh yeah, easy money. Easy cage.
First one, player one.
Midnight Prowl. This is actually a new one in the bag. Lefty. Come on, baby. Yeah. I've been throwing the same Midnight Prowl actually since March 2022. Kyle Klein gave me one. And It has reached the point where it is so flippy that it's only for like, kind of like the D-line MD sidearms I like to throw. But when it's just fun round only, I bring the Midnight Prowls out.
I think we're gonna call him Benji, for Benjamin Button.
Perfect.
Ben.
2 N's, huh?
G. There we go. Benji.
Benji. Easy. And hole 4, 304. If you see, nice little gap. White basket. I think it's Skywalker forehand time. We're still hunting for that first FD1 ace, and I'm sad to say that the fans have been knocking down Skywalker aces all over the place. One guy has already got 2, and I'm just left out, man. So we're trying every day. Come on, skip in there. Did you see that? That was like guaranteed to go in. It hit the front freaking rim. I almost just freaking manifested that right out of nothing. My heart's racing. Sad. For those of you who follow my channel closely, you'll know every single video I have tried to shout out a Skywalker ace. Here it is. And I think that's the first time that I've come very close after calling it. Oh man. Well, I mean, I'm proud of the shot, but maybe that means there's more to come. But we'll have to settle for birdie on hole 4 here at the Pissed Off Beaver. We got hole 6, by the way. Most disappointing part of this course, right there. That's just, no OB though, in case you're wondering.
The signage between holes, which way to go, is better than this.
And they even have colored distance markers for the fairways, but Trevon Sexton on the tee, sidearm king. Well, I think that's too spicy. Decent.
It was tracking.
Trevon is Trevon Sexton when he's forehand only, and Trevon Conrad when he's backhand only, because got to work on that balance. You can't be, I don't know. It's almost like you can't favor one side too much, but the day that you commit to one, you stay committed. I don't know. We're experimenting. Yep. Is that not the filthiest shot you've ever seen? That was sick.
For the viewers, how do you pick between the MD and Midnight Prowl?
Midnight Prowl,
they fly very similar.
Midnight Prowl is almost always power grip, and D-Line MD is almost always fan grip. And it also depends on how early I want the vertical to turn into roller. And that one came up a little short, so I'm actually going to give this one a shot with the power grip. And we'll see how it compares. See, that one I just threw bad. But I think it's because I power gripped it and I felt like I was gonna throw it too far. Whereas the MD, I focused more on spin. And it's one of those shots where in a fun vlog round, I can do no problem or just with ease. And tournament round, I'm like, never, never ever, but we'll get there one day. Doesn't matter how fancy you are if you can't clean it up, so I better make this. There we go. No, what the heck? The fact that I thought that I was in says that there's something wrong today. One thing in a couple practice rounds out at Winthrop that I was noticing, other than just sweating, is the fact that I went from the nice, cool, brisk fall weather up in Massachusetts, and I'm now down here in South Carolina, North Carolina, and the humidity just kind of hit me like a brick wall. Because in Nantucket, I was wearing 2 pairs of pants, multiple layers on top, hand warmers, mittens, everything, and a winter hat actually at Norbrook too. And if one thing is kind of sloppy right now, it's like my grip. But it's just a matter of getting acclimated, because it was kind of like the snap of a fingers, like I said. Flew down here yesterday where usually, you know, you drive, but it's just a little different, but it'll work out. There it is. Oh, beef dog. Beef dog, come on. Yeah, pretty good. But I'm gonna throw this like hole 4 at Winthrop. Well, that's a par on hole all four went through. Hey, there's the kick we're looking for. Come on. Dude.
No.
Oh, wow.
Why?
Crazy skip off the base. That was a great line. That could. That could. Oh, dang it. Look good, look good. Let's let the hot streak continue. No, I can't hit this gap like that, but it's gonna work. One time. Just wanted to say I'm very happy to have qualified for the USDGC this year, as last year I did not, because I just didn't have a really good season, or I didn't have one stellar finish, whereas this year I went most of the year without qualifying. But thankfully my best finish of the year at Ledgestone, where I got 7th, was an easy qualification. And I can happily say that ever since the first time I made it in 2018, I haven't missed back-to-back years. So at least that's one positive. Being without my van is not something I'm used to nowadays. I usually take it everywhere. But it comes down to the simplest things, is like, you'd think like backup disc, comfort, my own wheels to get around town. But then you realize the little things, like not having salt and pepper for your Airbnb, and you've already cooked a whole breakfast and now it's useless because the Airbnb doesn't have salt and pepper and I don't have my house with me. And it's like, those are the things that you kind of just don't think about when you have everything you need. But it's just like almost a little bit of a learning experience. We did have a great night last night. We played around with Matty O, and then we got some lunch, and Barsby asked if we wanted to go out for dinner. We had quite the international group for dinner. We had 5 countries. We had us, United States. We had Hjalte from Denmark, Jakub from Czech Republic, Dennis, European champion from Sweden, and Nestori from Finland. And it was a very diverse group. But after dinner, Greg was talking about hanging out, and he's like, "You guys want to hit up Champ?" So Greg just pulls out his phone, calls Ken Climo, and says, "Yo, where you at?" And he goes, "I'm at my hotel, come hang out." And we ended up with like a 40-person parking lot party at the host hotel because they got baskets outside. And it was just like, Ken Climo doesn't come around every day anymore. And the fact that it's the USDGC and he is here, it's just really cool to get like that one-on-one time with him that isn't just like a hi bye. But it was a really fun time. And shout out to not old Greg, sorry. Old Greg's a different person. Shout out to Greg Barsby. We're on hole 11. It's clearly like a hyzer backhand that way, par 4 layup. But Trevon has found the real gap right there. Look at it go, though.
Give me one more.
Dude, that actually worked out. It flexed all the way back, but give it one more shot. First one was better. There we go. Still squeaked it. But if you notice, come on closer. I feel like I am like the #1 person to point out on tour when a basket is wrong. And do you see how low the bottom ring goes? That means that the short pole is actually on top. And I don't know if the bottom pole needed to be swapped or they just have the wrong top pole. But we play on baskets on tour where they get the poles backwards. And I'm like, I guess I'm the only one that can point it out, but I don't know. You hate to see it. Hole 12. It's got a short and long, so we're going to throw one to each. Short first. He needs a friendly kick. And he's just going to throw a perfect placement shot for the long. Oh, dang it. My freaking shoe like buckled. We did the same thing. I think those are like perfect layups because there's an OB ditch. But now, let's go to the long with none other than Skywalker. So basically the same line, just a lot more speed. Now I throw the right line. I threw them opposite. Trevon Sexton is clocking in. Get up, get up.
Easy layup.
Easy layup. As we're spending our time here in Rock Hill / Charlotte, we'd just like to give a shout out to Jeff Brick, the man.
The myth.
Yep. He is just, I don't know, he's just so helpful for Trevon and I, and even like, you know, Simon and Eagle, Trevon and I didn't have any plans, and same with Matty O. And I asked Jeff if he had any links to an Airbnb, and he just said, yeah, I'll set you guys up. And now the band's back together. Me, Trevon, and Matty O, the freaking trio of a lifetime, or at least the trio of the MVP Open. And I don't know, it's just it's really good. It feels good to keep the magic going from Matty O's special week at Maple Hill, and USDGC bigger and better every year. I mean, I know I have faith in Matty O. He said he's gonna lock in for a top 10 because he's gonna be playing it safe this week. And honestly, on a course like Winthrop, I respect it. Inbounds is the key. Everything else is just whatever you can muster. The putter layup and then the 13-speed driver layup. But this is for Eagle, so we're gonna try and put on a show. Drop, drop, drop. Good line.
Valiant effort.
This hole's pretty cool.
Turn, buddy.
All right, one more. Too much turn. All right, hole 13. We got 3 to go. Uphill ace run, and because all we care about is aces, I'm going fairway drivers. Flip! Oh, I underthrew it. That's more like it. Don't.
And now we're gonna see why Trevon Sexton is
All right,
a better player.
Trevon Sexton. This is just for the people.
We sat way too long.
We sat too long. He's ice cold, folks. We let a guy play through. Back on the Nantucket topic, I didn't really give it as much attention as I would have liked to, because in 2021, I had a battle with Paul Ulibarri at Nantucket. Paul has already won Nantucket twice before. And we were tied after the first round, came down the stretch. I had a putt to take a one-stroke lead on 17 and missed. And then 18, I did not execute my shot, and it cost me the tournament. And I lost some sleep over that because I needed that jacket. And the fact that I've gone 2 years without it, going back to Nantucket this year, I only had my mind set on one thing, and that was acquiring the jacket. So thanks to Paul for not showing up this year, letting me get a jacket of my own. But also, huge shout out to none other than my girl Ellie, because her and I both went back-to-back weekends with back-to-back wins at Norbrook and Nantucket. And Ellie actually moved up from FA3 to FA2 at Nantucket. And I don't know, she's getting pretty good. She might have to move up to FA1 pretty soon, but I'm just really proud of her. I got to caddy for her for the first time ever, and she just was a par machine out there. The John Hout courses are just so well manageable for all skill levels, whether you play from the longs or the shorts. It just complements everybody's game very well, and I think it makes it so that everybody's able to play their strength, and she certainly did. Hit some great putts, made some great up shots, and took down the win, but I love her. All right, last hole, hole 15. We chose the short pad.
Shorty.
Because it's lunchtime. And Trevon's going putter turnover. It's 285. Oh, love it.
Ooh, at the base.
Gotta be good. D-line MD roller. Get over. Bad branch. That's a putt. One last putt to send us home. Oh, and he hangs on, but that is gonna do it here at the Pissed Off Woodchuck. No, just kidding. Angry Beaver, highly recommended course to me in the Charlotte area. I've only played like Hornets Nest and basically Winthrop. So glad to indulge a little bit more in what seems to be one of the more popular disc golf areas, and I hope that the Charlotte disc golfers feel like I did it justice. But shout out to Trevon for helping to film, driving me here. And thanks to Trevon for caddying for me this weekend, and wish me luck. We'll see you guys next time.